Yankees against the Giants. Let's bring in our boy George Kontos, man.
It feels like I'm watching Trent Dilfer quarterback my Niners. Like, that's what it feels like.
I thought George Kontos was in the clubhouse yesterday, man. When postgame came on yesterday, Giants pre and post, Kontos had a look like, Kontos smiled for me, man. It felt like me. Looked like me all set, man. What's up, George? Good morning, man.
Good morning, fellas. How we doing? Hey, I ride or die with every pitch of this stuff too, man.
Yep. Nah, you look like it yesterday. We'll get to the shoe game.
George, I'm not doing well.
No.
I'm not doing well.
No, we're not doing well at all. Because you know why, George? We're watching the game yesterday, and I'm not trying to crush fans, but when fans tell me on Twitter and stuff like that, well, it is the Yankees, and the biggest takeaway is just Camilo Doval blew a save. No, that's not the only takeaway. The takeaway is the bats, the power, the stardom, just everything about the Yankees. They outclass the Giants in every single way. So I don't know, man. The pitching, Hicks, Webb, Snell. I guess let's just start with Snell, who's failed to get through 5 innings this season. And we knew it was going to be an uphill battle for him after not having spring training. But what a massive disappointment, George. What a massive. If there's any positives, because we're searching for one right now, what is the positive from yesterday's start from Snell?
Well, the breaking balls looked a lot better yesterday, in our opinion, at least before the groin injury. But I mean, adding insult to injury with Snell. I mean, you got to just kind of at this point check it off. We'll get him back when we get him back. There's no use getting frustrated out of things that you can't control. Mm-hmm. I mean, he has a history of this groin injury. We've known that in the past. He had it in 2020, I believe, or 2022. He's missed time from it before. It's just unfortunate that it looked like we were going to get him back. Hopefully, start rolling, getting Robbie Ray back here soon, getting Alex Cobb back. It looked like there was a promising little stint where we were to be able to get the things that make the Giants organization tick, which has always been pitching. It looks like we were going to get some of that kind of getting rolling, and then he kind of goes off and has it happen again. It's unfortunate. You could tell afterwards he was just not really thrilled with kind of everything that was going on. But at this point, you just got to roll with the punches. There's nothing else you can do.
All right, let's walk through the ninth inning with Camilo Doval. And I know there's a big picture Doval conversation, but in this particular one, he's got a 2-2 count with the leadoff hitter, Gleyber Torres, and then, boom, sinker right down the middle, base hit. He gets the force, the fielder's choice play. Then the Volpe pitch, I thought it was a good pitch, a better piece of hitting from Volpe for the triple into just an unfortunate spot on the field. Fine. But then he throws the worst first pitch to Soto, not even close to the zone, and then 98 right down the middle. Boom, home run, and then he's just rattled. He can't even throw a strike to Aaron Judge, and then Stanton rips one. It just feels like to me the command in that inning was all over the place. He couldn't get a slider over, and he's throwing like just way too much of the zone. What did you see from Camilo in that ninth inning?
Well, you just kind of hit the nail on the head right there. He didn't have very much command, and in his first 21 pitches, he only threw 3 sliders. And one of the sliders that he threw was to the backstop, and it went about 55 feet. And when you lose confidence in that pitch, when you're on the mound, you become very one-dimensional. Granted, his one-dimensional is triple digits, but you're not going to get that by Aaron Judge, Juan Soto, these guys that know it's coming. They're going to get the foot down, and they're going to try and just hit the ball where it's pitched, which is what Volpe did. He did a good job of not trying to pull that fastball away. He went with it. And when Camilo is putting all of the charge into it, you don't have to hit the ball that hard, and it's still going to go. But it just looked like he got a little bit frustrated there. It looked like at the end, once he gave up that home run to Soto and the game was flip-flopped, the body language was a little bit like, okay, what are we going to do? We got to roll with the punches here now. But it was just unfortunate because that was the biggest gut punch of all the games because you felt like, you know what, if we win this game, we can walk out of this homestand with a 3-3. It doesn't feel quite as bad
right.
If we were able to come out with that. But then you get swept in a way that like you had it right in your fingertips. And it's just unfortunate because the offense kind of laid down this series. They only scored 7 runs in those 4 games prior to yesterday, which was just, it's tough to beat good teams. And the Yankees had come in with the best pitching staff in all of the big leagues. Aaron Judge was having the historic month he was having. Juan Soto was on doing his thing. Anthony Volpe was on a 27 game. I mean, when you come in and get guys when they're hot, it's tough to beat them when you make mistakes like that.
What big picture here, like with Camilo in the ninth inning? Like, no one's saying he's a lost cause or anything like that, but he's had some, pitch clock issues this year. Holding runners on has been an issue. The big high leg kick is just going to make things difficult at times. Command issues left and right. How concerned are you with Camilo just overall?
I wouldn't say I'm overall concerned because the guy's still an all-star. He's still your closer. He still has gotten out of really big jams. The one thing that I am concerned with moving forward on a low to moderate level is just his ability to command all of his pitches. The guy is very, very good. We've seen him when he's at his best. He can get out of any jam with the type of stuff he has. But the more the league sees him as time goes on, they're going to start understanding his sequencing, and they're going to be able to see what he's trying to do on the mound. Now, at the major league level, you're supposed to be able to locate your fastball at least 60 to 80% of the time where you want it. And that's just in the zone somewhere. Command it. If he wants to go up, he should be able to go up. If he wants to go into a lefty, he should be able to go in relatively frequently when he wants to do that. And then you have to be able to throw your breaking ball behind in the count. And when guys see him over and over again, they're going to start seeing his tendencies and what he does. And if he's unable to command one or both of his pitches that day, those days are going to make for long days because these guys are good hitters. They get paid a lot of money as well to go out there and hit good pitching. So the only thing that I would say with Camilo is just I really would like to see him emphasize location. Just the stuff is there. We know that. It's electric. The fastball's great. The slider, when it's working, is unhittable. I'd like to see just more consistent location out of him.
George Kontos here on the Morning Roast on 95.7 The Game. Our good brother, Mr. Kontos. Of course, former Giant pitcher, World Series champion. Now looking good on Giants pre- and post-game on NBC Sports Bay Area with the great Laura Britt. Aaron Judge has a .522 batting average against the Giants in 6 games, George. 12 hits, 5 homers, 10 RBIs, 8 runs, a couple stolen bases. Shasky said, hey, I would have hit the guy in the 9th inning at some point. But I will say, how cool was that to see somebody like that? I mean, I walked out the game Friday, George, and I thought I saw Barry Bonds. I mean, that's how electric it was. This guy's box office, man. And boy, do the Giants have a void there when it comes to a superstar. But how cool is that to see the Yankees and Aaron Judge do his thing, man? Judge is box office.
Yeah, he is. I mean, it was Alex Pavlovich who we work with at NBC, and he's the Giants contributor for NBC. He texted me and he was like, the atmosphere around this ballpark is bigger than Ohtani. And that is like a massive statement. But Judge has this presence, and the guy's doing it in New York. He's doing it as the captain. He's doing it at such a high level. And I spoke about this the other day on the postgame show. What makes him so good is his ability to handle it all with humility. He's likable. He just came up here and destroyed us for 3 days. And people are like, man, I really like that guy. He's a nice guy. He does it with this humility. And he's this larger-than-life personality. And, I mean, look, first at bat just thunders the homer out here. And then everybody, I think, was just scratching their head being like, oh, man, is this the kind of series that we're going to have out of this guy that we almost had in this lineup? So it was just almost like the perfect storm. But you're exactly right. I mean, he's box office. People go pay to watch Aaron Judge play baseball.
I mean, it was unbelievable. Then you get Juan Soto. Can you talk about what Juan Soto did? I mean, the home runs were special. Obviously, the go-ahead home run in the 9th inning. How about the bunny lay down in the middle innings? In the 5th inning against Blake Snell, he lays out a bunt. Juan Soto feels like he's not going anywhere. He looks like the perfect Yankee. He was born to be a Yankee, George.
I agree with you. He looks good in those pinstripes. He thrives under the big lights and the high pressure situations. And Blake Snell, he laid down that bunt, I think, because after that first at bat, he wanted no part. He wanted no part in those breaking balls that Snell was throwing. He made him look really bad in that second at bat on that 2-2 slider that was down and away that he struck out on. And then that third at bat, he's like, you know what? I ain't even going to deal with these breaking balls. I'm just going to lay this bunt down. I'm going to take my single. The average is going to go up, and then I'll see the next pitcher that comes in my next at bat.
All right, I'm going to ask you a couple tough questions because we all like Logan Webb a lot. We all do, and some of it is, actually a lot of it is not in his control. You don't. Once you get yanked out of a game, you have no control over the bullpen. You can't control run support. But the Giants are 4-10 on days as a team that Logan Webb starts. What's your make of that?
I make of it that he doesn't get much run support. I mean, Logan Webb is going out there facing the other teams as better pitchers, 1 or 2 pitchers, number 1 or 2s. I mean, even after the start the other day, I mean, he threw in the first 3 innings, he had 60-some pitches, and then he went 7 innings. That's what an ace does. They go out there and they forget about what happened prior. And it looked like to me a little bit that his sequencing was a little off in the first few innings when he gave up the 4 runs. It looked like he was trying to protect his sinker and his changeup because the Yankees are the best sinker hitting team in all of baseball. and I think he was cognizant of that, so they tried to maybe change up their approach a little bit to protect the sinker because they were looking for it. So he threw a few more sweepers or sliders earlier in the game, and then it looked like he finally said, you know what, screw this, I'm going to go back to being myself. And then he just got comfortable and just off to the races and was able to get through 7 innings with minimal damage after that. But it was a ton more sinkers later on in the game. Logan's going to have to pitch to Logan's strengths, and he knows that, and his strengths are really good. His changeup is one of the best pitches in baseball, and you got to protect that changeup by using your sinker. And even though this team was a good sinking team, he's going to throw sinkers because his good sinker versus their ability to hit it is going to win all the time. Logan still has an ERA sub-3 even after giving up 4 runs in his start the other day. I like the job he's doing. I love how much of a gamer he is, and it's just a matter of the Giants' offense being able to get a few more runs on days that Logan Webb pitches.
You've been in this market. You've been in other markets. You're from Chicago, so you've got a good feel for the country. Do Giants fans overrate the brand of the Giants in general?
Absolutely not. I mean, this brand of baseball, and I'm obviously very biased of it because I was a part of it through the best years in the history of the San Francisco part of this organization. This brand of baseball that we have is fantastic, and there were a lot of people that tried to emulate what we were doing about a decade ago. I mean, I think Giants baseball is right up there with Yankee baseball in the lore of like what we've done. You know, they have a few more World Series championships, obviously, in the history of the organization. But what we've done in this organization here, there's a lot of people that are very proud to be Giants baseball people. And I think that the brand of baseball we play will be emulated and will be consistently good for forever. I mean, you can't beat good pitching and good defense. That's just a style of baseball that the Giants have played and will play. And that's what will win. I mean, when you go up against great offenses, they get stifled by great pitching, and that is what has made Giants baseball so effective over the course of time here. So I definitely do not think it's overrated. I think that maybe it's a little bit different right at this very moment that it has been, but I think everybody has a really good idea of what Giants baseball is all about.
Yeah, playing the Diamondbacks today, a team that went to the World Series last season. Corbin Carroll struggling. Diamondbacks trying to find their way, a big series for both teams out west here. Look, the bigger question is, and a lot of people have commented on this, what were the shoes you were wearing yesterday? That's what they want to know about. They want to know about the drip, Georgie.
Oh, man. You know what I was wearing? I was wearing the original Trophy Room Lows with the clear gum bottom with the Chicago flag.
I hate you so much, man.
That's right. That's right.
I almost turned the TV off. I said, look at George. I told my fiance, man, look at George, man. How's he pulling this off on the set, man? That was pretty dope, man. But Giants got to get winning, man. That was humbling to get swept over the weekend by the New York Yankees. They got to get going here. The youngsters starting to flail. We'll do it again soon, man, because I'm really concerned about where this team is at in the month of June, and we'll see. We'll see where they're at the end of the month. We'll see if Kontos can start to figure it out again. He's scuffling. Soler, maybe he comes around. I don't know. But a lot of frustration right now when it comes to Giants baseball. George, thanks so much for spending a couple minutes with us.
You know, the big thing, Bonte, is a one good week changes your opinion on all of this as well. One good week, and they game 4 or 5 games, and they're maybe 2-3 back of the Dodgers, and all of this goes away, and we're back excited again. But thanks for having me. Looking forward to talking with you guys.
Listen, George, we do flip-flop on the show a lot. We thought something special was brewing a week ago after they beat the Mets and the Pirates. I don't know, George.
Well, no, now it's the Ice Bucket Challenge. See you, buddy.
See you, man.
Thanks, guys.